Exodus chapter 16, verse 29. See, the Lord has given you the Sabbath. Therefore, on the sixth day, He gives you bread for 2 days. Remain each of you in his place. Let no one go out of his place on the seventh day. So the people rested on the seventh day. So in verse 28, we've seen God asking them the question, so how long are you going to refuse me? So there is God asking Moses, how long are you going to refuse? And this verse is now Moses speaking to the people, because he's speaking, it's not God speaking in the third person kind of idea, right? It's Moses speaking, God spoke, God said that thing, and then Moses comes out and he tells the people, so what is the thing that, right? Don't you understand that God told you, He gave you extra on this day so that you don't need to go out? So this is what He's saying. He gave you the Sabbath, so you can rest. So therefore He gave you, for that day, He gave you 2 times the amount of bread, the manna that is, so that you don't need to go out. And God is not just expecting us to keep His commandments in a way that is impossible to keep. Adam and Eve, it was just one fruit out of the whole garden. Here is the bread. I want you to keep the Sabbath. I don't want you to go and work on this day. So I want you to keep the Sabbath. Here I will give you bread. Here I give you twice a month. So I'm making it possible for you to keep the commandments. I'm not expecting of you the impossible. And therefore Moses said, so on this day then, remain in this place. Don't go out on the seventh day and look for it. Keep the commandments of God. And then at last, in verse 30, we see now they're keeping it. It's like in the previous case, when they took more than they ought, stuff was left over, it rotted, there were worms in it. So they learned their lesson. Yeah, they ought to have, from that previous example, learned that not to go out on the Sabbath, but still some did. And so again, they learned their lesson. And now at least here as well, they're listening. First, you need to be hit, by your parents or something before the brain starts kicking in and start understanding and start obeying. Why must it be like that? Verse 31. Now the house of Israel called its name manna. It was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. So that's the name they gave to it. It's not bread, it's manna. Why? Because it tastes it tastes different. It doesn't taste like bread, but they had so many different kinds of breads in Egypt. This is seeming now a new kind of a bread, and therefore they had no name for it, and they called it manna. The taste was, it's like coriander seed, something you get a lot of here in India. And it was white, we've seen already. The taste, like wafers made with honey. So, like stroopwafels, Dutch, it's so famous. Wafers made, you get lots of, the Russians have very good wafers as well. It's nice to eat, but yeah, I guess it's a snack. I don't know. If it's too sweet, I guess you can't eat too much of it. But anyhow, it made like wafers made with honey. So it's not a sweet kind of sugar sweet, but a honey kind of. Land of milk and honey, they're on the way to land of milk and honey. So they get this taste of honey before they get there. And this is what this manna is or was ultimately like. Okay, beautiful, again, nature here. Pine trees,